Welcome to another podcast of the Manchester United, the current situation at Manchester United. First of all, I would, in my previous podcast, my very last podcast, I mentioned about the passing of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi, who was a basketball buff for herself. She really loved basketball. She was actually trained to be a basketball player. Um, and I didn't give the family any condolences. So just for the brief moment, I just want to say for Vanessa Bryant, baby girl, I know it's been hard for these past days. Stay strong. I don't know what it's like to losing a husband, aside from the fact that I'm not female, but I know it's very hard losing a family member that you were married to and close. Despite the allegations, despite the saying that he raped this and that, and he's accused of what he did in the past, that goes through the window. I know it's hard for you, but keep strong. You are the hardworking husband, and yeah, condolences to you and the family. That goes to the other three daughters. So, just to go on a positive note, Manchester, well, not really a positive note because despite them winning the war, they lost the battle. Manchester United beat Manchester City 1-0 at the Etihad Stadium yesterday through a good goal by Nemanja Matic. I think that was a very well taken goal by Matic. Very good. It was a very good volley. It wasn't a good cross by Fred, but the finish, I think the finish supersedes the cross. Um, but speaking of Nemanja Matic, speaking of going from hero to zero real quick, yeah, he got a red card. I would say he got his second yellow card, which would automatically give him a red card, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer claimed that it wasn't a red card. Well, that's his opinion. Um, Actually, speaking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, before I get into the different new talking points for this podcast, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the sideline, I've never seen him with such drive, such I would say determination, because it's not like he was running a 400-meter or anything. So I don't want to put that in the mix, but he had this edge on his side that a lot of Man United fans on Twitter were saying, yeah, man, I want to see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer like this per game, man, when the players are not performing, man. I mean, Ole was just... I think he was saying that to Lingard or something, because Lingard was playing crap. Well, Lingard always play crap. That's one of the biggest understatements for the year. But yeah, he was going at it, man. In that game, Daniel James came on for Mason Greenwood. I question that substitution, but hey, I'm no manager. So. Anthony Martial up front. There have been United supporters saying that Anthony Martial isn't a natural number nine, and I have two words for you. Two words for you. Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry. Henry was known as a world class talent to be a striker. I don't even think most people knew that Henry would be the player that he was. And look at him, he's one of the best strikers to play for France. Definitely one of the best strikers to play for Arsenal, and one of the best strikers to play in the Premier League. Period. That's enough story. Enough debate. Enough debate. But going back to Martial, despite Martial not having the best of times playing as a number nine, again, I'm no football strategist, but if you were to ask me, I would say that he's playing this style of play of Lacazette, what Lacazette does for Arsenal. Lacazette would drop deep and collect the ball, like the midfielder would fizz it into Martial's or Lacazette's feet, and then he would hold it up and let James, well, speaking of Arsenal, make Aubameyang run into the into space behind him. I'm not sure if you understand. I don't think that was the best analogy, but you guys are football fanatics, so I think you guys should understand that. As pretty much as a target man, but I wouldn't say he's a target man per se. But yeah, Martial had a stink up front yesterday. There are a lot of United supporters that are saying that he's not the striker United need up front. He's too lazy. He's too lazy. Yeah, he's I wouldn't say he's a Tevez, Luis Suarez, or even a Sanchez type of striker that's always pressing at the forefront. But yeah, I think he was more of a Berbatov passive. I think I mentioned that in my next last previous video. He's passive, he's laid back, he's a Berbatov type of striker. There, he's not that kind of Wayne Rooney it's type of striker that just aggressive. So yeah. Speaking of Anthony Martial, someone said on Twitter. Let me see if I find the tweet. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to shout out one of I really follow this guy on Twitter. His name is Wal WAL hashtag Ole out at Why Always Lukaku. That's his username or pseudonym. And he was saying Anthony Martial has just scored one goal against the current top twelve in the Premier League since September, 2019 across all competitions. And somebody, and I go to the name of the account, but somebody said, but Jose cost him a World Cup medal, and I said he did though, which I got a good responses in terms of likes and comments. But this guy, the person said like there are a lot of players that went to France. This is just a long segue. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make a point, saying that there are players that went to France that didn't deserve to be in the squad, like Thovan. Actually, I think Thovan was very good that season. So I'm reach up that cut off that finger and say Lamar, Mendy. Mendy wasn't even playing that much in City Centurions when they won the league by over 100 points. Um, Adil Rami. I mean, and I was basically saying probably the reason why he didn't get selected for France, Anthony Martial, is because of his attitude, his demeanor, his behavior. And somebody was saying this to me. So how comes you earlier mentioned Jose costing the World Cup? Or maybe you just hated Jose for no reason. Listen, I don't hate Jose Mourinho for no reason. Period. If anything, I love Mourinho because of his mentality. Speaking of Kobe, I think Jose and Kobe's mentality is like this. They have a serial winner mentality. But yeah. Anyway, I just didn't want to go on a log segue, but I was trying to say that Anthony Martial has been phased out of France, like Benzema, Lacazette, and yeah. Anyway, I just don't want to get into a long segue. Good news for Manchester United. Manchester United signed Bruno Fernandes for an estimated fee of £40 million or euros. Yeah, euros. Well, I'm not sure of the currency, but it's 48 million, so, right? His notifications. When you see me looking on the left side, it's notifications. I'm sorry. So yeah, Bruno Fernandes has signed for Manchester United. He is yet to be unveiled by Manchester United, but he's coming to Manchester United, so he's a United player. Um, yeah, his wages estimated should be 70k per week, which is not bad. Um, so yeah, he's going to come in, and there are United supporters on Twitter that are saying, "Yo, we don't want him to be." I think I said this on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. Um, I said on Twitter that one side of me is not mad or unhappy about the signing. I'm not unhappy about the signing, but it's like my trick here is telling me, Rowan, well that's my real name. Rowan, think of the players that signed for Manchester United that were marquee class players. Marquee class players. Think of Di Maria, Depay, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Falcao. Let me take a Falcao because he was injured. He wasn't really injured, but he didn't whatever. Yeah, those kind of players. Sanchez. Geez, I didn't even remember Sanchez. Sanchez, those players came to Manchester United as marquee signs for Manchester United, but they didn't play. They weren't up to standard to be at their best for Manchester United. So I say that to say, I think you say that probably Bruno will fall into that category, but I've been feeling good these last days. So despite the contrary of the sports world of losing someone, but yeah, I've been feeling great. So I would say I'm in a good mood. I want him to do well at Manchester United. Who doesn't? In other words, we wouldn't have signed him if that was the case. But yeah, I'm happy for Bruno Fernandes. And speaking of transfers, I woke up to I won't say sad news, but woke up to the news that Marcos Rojo has left. Well, I won't say he's official left, but it is more than likely he has signed for the club Estudiantes. I'm not sure. I think that club is in Argentina or Estudiantes. It sounds like Spanish, right? I would go with Argentina. I think that's a club in Argentina. So he has signed for Marcos Rojo. And this is a fun fact. Marcos Rojo has never. I'm looking to the camera. Marcos Rojo has never gotten. If that is good English, I don't think so. I just woke up, so maybe not. Marcos Rojo has never received a red card. And guess who got a red card yesterday? Um. So yeah. Yeah. So as I wrap up this video, I just want to go in my quick preview for the United game against Wolves. Yeah, Wolves has been it's been an understatement, but Wolves has been very good for in the Premier League for almost over 2 years. They are very solid. They are a very compact team, playing with a back five at times. The danger player. I'm not going to give my starting level because I don't know the players like that. But yeah, the the players to look out for me is Adama Traore with his pace and his guile, his determination, his raw pace. He's very good. Yeah man, I wouldn't say he's world class because his end product is questionable. But he's 23 and he's a work in progress. Jimenez, very good striker for Wolves. Cody, very not I haven't seen him play that much, if not at all, to be honest. He's a solid centre back. Yeah, so we're playing them at Old Trafford. So my thoughts on Manchester United is that United get the win. A 2-0 victory, that's my prediction. A 2-0 victory. Again, post your predictions in the comments section below. Whether it's 1-0, 2-0, it could even be a loss. Whatever you honestly think about the United game against Wolves at home, it could be a loss, it could be a draw. If you're one of those objective fans, which is quite rare if we're being honest, comment your predictions down below in the comment section. So for me, my starting 11 would be David De Gea, the Wan-Bissaka. Ole has been playing with a back five recently, hasn't he? Um, I'll go with a back four because this is the Premier League and we are playing against Wolves. So that's Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof. Eric Bay is back in the squad. Eric Bay is back in the squad, so he might get some game time against Wolves. So yeah. And left back, I wouldn't say Luke Shaw. I would go with Brandon Williams because he's just a shithousery for Manchester United at left back. So you could say that what Andy Robertson is for Liverpool, Brandon Williams. Well, not attacking wise necessarily, but in terms of being a cunt, being a dickhead. Yeah, yeah bro. That's Brandon Williams straight out of the academy. Um, In midfield, Matic, Fred, and Andres Pereira. I think Andres Pereira is going to dislike Bruno Fernandes very much, but that's a different podcast. I ain't go comment on that much. Yeah, he's going to feel jealous. So that's my midfield. That's Matic, Fred, and Andres Pereira. In the attack, I would go with Daniel James, Greenwood. Greenwood wasn't that great yesterday, but I would say yeah, Greenwood, James, and Anthony Martial up top. So that's my podcast for this morning. Again, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm new to this thing. It's an understatement that I kind of like it. I'm enjoying myself. I just want to put all my Manchester United content out there to voice my opinion on games like other United fans and channels. So that's just me. I hope you guys have a restful and peaceful day. Peace.